Hey, you know what? Beyonce cannot dress to save her life. I promise you, that girl cannot dress. And before you guys throw tomatoes at me, just let me sit down. Let me sit down for a bit and explain to you guys what I gotta say. Because Adidas just lost about $2 million in their collaboration with Beyonce. And I got a few things to say before you guys throw tomatoes at me. Because I got some things to say. Just give me a minute. Let me sit down. Because today we're going to talk about Ivy Park and Beyonce. The failure. And I know her fans are obsessed. You guys, there are people out there who are ready to buy tickets to come in Europe and to see Beyonce. Like, can you guys imagine? They are ready to buy tickets, plane tickets, plus her concert tickets, pay for a hotel or Airbnb to come and see Beyonce. From the US, from all over the world. Because that's much more cheaper. I mean, I've seen like concert tickets about $4,000, $1,000, $2,000, and people are ready to pay. So the question is, why is her brand a flop? Why did it flop? Like, you guys just let me know. Why did it flop? Let me sit down. Let me sit down. I mean, I need to sit down and talk about this. Give me a minute. Well, hello there, beautiful people. How you doing? I hope you guys are doing amazing today. My name is Solange. If you're new to this YouTube channel, please subscribe, join the family. And in today's video, I got a lot to say, honey. I got a lot to say. But before anything else, grab a drink. You already know. I got my cocktail. Delectable as always. Grab a drink, a cup of tea, a glass of wine or whatever, a cocktail or whatever you like to drink. Okay, grab a drink, and then before anything, I'm gonna put on some perfume and then we're gonna just jump into it. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Anyways, let's jump right into the video, honey, shall we? So Forbes, let's see what Forbes is saying. Basically, Forbes is saying the following. Beyonce's Ivy Park Adidas clothing line is reportedly losing money for sportswear brand. So Beyonce's clothing line with Adidas, Ivy Park missed internal sales projections by $200 million. $200 million. I think I said 2 million in the introduction, but honey, the information was not exact. But even though this brand actually lost this much money, the singer is still earning $20 million a year from the deal. So Beyonce is still getting money, but they're not, they're not making profit. Like, it's a failure, but she's still getting her money. I mean, it's basically the collaboration between Beyonce and Adidas. It's a wrap. It's just a wrap. They lost too much money. I don't know if the brand was actually profitable. I don't think it was. Otherwise, they wouldn't have stopped. So I don't think the brand was actually profitable, but Beyonce was still getting her money. She was still getting her check. Like, how can somebody like Beyonce, the one and only, like the Queen Bee, not be able to sell clothes? How can she not be able to sell sportswear? Well, honey, I think you already have the answer in your question. Like, can you imagine Beyonce in sportswear? Like, it's just, the brand actually doesn't even make sense to me. for Beyonce. That's what I'm saying. For Beyonce. Like, I know she performs. I know she's a singer and all that. But athletic and sportswear, to me, is just not for Beyonce. Like, she likes to portray herself as a classy woman. So maybe a sportswear athletic line was just not a good idea to begin with. And another reason is, like I said before, when you see Beyonce, you don't think fashion. Like, Beyonce is not known for her fashion style. I mean, she could dress well every now and then on an accident. But to me, if Beyonce is looking good, like if Beyonce is fashionable, it's an accident. It's not like she's fashionable. So for her to try and do fashion, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, the only clothes that she knows how to wear is the mermaid, you know, hourglass looking dress. That's all she does. And she be looking good. Don't get me wrong, she be looking good, but I mean, we're so tired of the mermaid dress. And she be trying so hard, but you know, fashion is just not her thing. Even when you look back at House of Dereon that she used to have with her and her mom, and even that was a flop. I feel like at that point, when she had House of Dereon and it actually didn't work, she should have like just dropped the whole thing, the whole fashion thing, just dropped it. She used to sing a lot about House of Dereon, but it didn't work. She used to, like, I remember like the Destiny's Child used to wear House of Dereon 24/7, but honey, it didn't work either. The clothes just looked crazy. I mean, it was just not, like, fashion is just not her thing. So I feel like that's mainly one of the reasons why the brand just did not work. Second thing is, in 2023, social media does everything. Like, social media sells. Let's just not lie to ourselves. Social media sells. And when you look at social media, honey, Beyonce is nowhere to be found. You just look all the places, on all social media, even though people be saying this is Beyonce's internet, I'm like, honey, this is Beyonce's internet, but where is she? I cannot find her. I'm looking for her. Where are you, Queen Bee? Where are you? She is nowhere to be found. Like, how can you have a brand and not communicate on social media? Like, she just takes a whole lot of pictures before launching her brand, the new collection. She just takes a bunch of pictures and videos before the launch. She posts a bunch of videos and pictures just before launching the new collection. And then she actually sends the clothes to a lot of celebrities, even to Kim Kardashian. Yeah, she even sent her clothes to Kim Kardashian, even though I've heard that they don't get along. But yeah, honey, that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. You can only do that type of thing once, because at this point it's so redundant. Like, whenever she has a new collection, she does the same thing. It's like you cannot find Beyonce on social media all year long unless she's releasing her new collection. Like, what is it? Are we dumb? Are we dumb? Girl, we can clearly see you're only here to try and sell us your collection. And that's it. And the rest of the year, you don't even care about us, because you're actually not one of us. You are superior. You are a queen. Okay, sis. A queen does not have an athleisure brand. Queens do not wear athletic clothes. They don't. So it's like, Beyonce, are you a queen or are you a peasant? Just let me know. If you're not a peasant, why are you even wearing like these athletic style, these athleisure? Why do you even have an athletic brand? I don't get it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying athletic style or, you know, sports style is only for peasants or anything, but I'm just trying to make it make sense here. Like, if you're a queen, why do you actually have an athleisure brand? Make it make sense. She's too private. To me, she's too private. She's not even relatable. So if you're not that relatable and you're too private and you're too, you know, Her Majesty, why do you have such a brand? And you know for a fact you don't even wear your own clothes. Like, that's even have you ever seen Beyonce in the streets wearing Ivy Park? If you have seen her, raise your hand. And there's some clothes, you know, in the Ivy Park, the latest collection, for example. Like, I've seen like a harness that actually costs about 300 bucks. And I was like, where are we going with this harness? And some clothes, you just look at them and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna go to the gym with these clothes because it's just too much for the gym. I cannot go to the club with these clothes, and I can't go to the restaurant with these clothes. So where am I gonna go with these clothes? On social media? Okay, so let's take an example of a brand that's actually working, that's been selling like crazy, and that's Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez. And you know this girl is actually relatable. She's so relatable. And one thing about Selena is she has mastered pity marketing and emotional marketing. Let me elaborate. Before you guys throw tomatoes at me for talking about pity marketing, let me explain to you this right here. You know how Selena has lupus? Yeah, so Selena has lupus, and she has talked about it for a while now. And even her friend, one of her best friends, has actually given her kidney, you know. And all of this was documented. She's always been open about, you know, her disease. And she's always been so vulnerable, and people feel the need to actually protect her. It's like Selena needs protection, right? From her fans. Her fans feel like they need to protect her at all costs. So that's why I was talking about pity marketing. So this whole thing about her talking about her disease, also talked about, you know, dealing with bipolar disorder. And I know a lot of people actually deal with this bipolar disorder. So she's so relatable, and she touches home. She touches the emotions of a lot of people, a lot of her fans who have maybe lupus or the bipolar disorder. And she's been so open about this. And if you guys remember, we grew up, I mean, I can speak for myself, we grew up watching Selena on Disney, and she has, you know, she kind of has a place in our hearts, you know. The fact that we've seen her grow up and become this woman that we admire or not, but the fact that we actually, for some of us, we have the same age as her and we grew up watching her. Then when you add all that up, it actually creates something amazing, because with that, she was able to sell her product to the right people, to the right niche. Take all I just talked about, and that's a lot of people. And what you guys need to understand is that emotion marketing is a thing. Actually, to a lot of us, we actually buy products based on emotion. It's the emotion that's going to push you to buy a certain product. That's why people will go ahead and buy a certain product and support a certain brand instead of another one. Emotion, very important. She talked about her brand on social media. She even did a whole documentary, you know, on Netflix, I suppose. I haven't seen the documentary, but I know she's done it. I know she's done it. And she was so vulnerable and so relatable, and you could see her in her everyday life. And I've seen different videos of her using her own brand of makeup, showing people how to use it. So that actually makes her even more relatable. She has a social media presence. Selena Gomez kind of, you know, shows you that she's just like you. She's a regular girl. And that's what people want to see. And Beyonce doesn't have that. She doesn't know how to do that. And let's not forget that some of her profit, I think it's 1% of her profits, actually goes to the Rare Foundation, which is a foundation that helps people who have mental illness, you know, who go through mental issues, which is a good cause. They actually humanized the brand. Rare Beauty has a cause-related strategy. They are targeting rare people with rare diseases, people that, you know, the general public doesn't actually think of. And that's Selena Gomez target. The people who are very often left out. And that's who Selena is targeting. Do you see do you see this? Do you see the strategy? Who is Beyonce targeting with Ivy Park? Just let me know. And a fun fact that I actually discovered recently is that Selena's brand is actually arthritis friendly. And I didn't know about this because I thought that, you know, the top of the lip gloss and the lipsticks, it was just there for decoration. But no, I was actually, I saw a lot of people on TikTok talking about how easy it is to use her products because of, you know, the design. And I was like, how come? And I've seen so many comments of disabled people, you know, explaining this. People with arthritis, they actually find it easier to use Rare Beauty products because of the way they were designed. You know that round thingy on the top of the product? Yeah, that one, it changes lives. So if you thought that, you know, the round part on the top is just a design, well, it's not, honey. It is not. It is arthritis friendly, honey. So tell me, how can you actually compete with that? So you can see she actually has a target. There's actually something behind. There's a bigger cause behind it. You can tell. You can tell that the brand is even bigger than just Selena. And don't get me started with Rihanna and inclusivity. Rihanna went into the dictionary. She saw the word inclusivity and she ran with it. She took the word and created a brand around the word inclusivity. Can you do better? Can you actually do better? No, you cannot. I know you can't. Anyways, all jokes aside, Rihanna just made every single woman feel like she was seen as she created foundation. The most important thing in a full face is the foundation. She created a shade for every single woman on this planet. And she knew that a lot of women were actually left out. And she created a whole brand based on inclusivity. And that's when she nailed it. She created lipsticks, foundations, products, a whole brand for every single woman on this planet. And not just women, and men as well. For every single skin tone on this planet. And she nailed it. And like I said before, as much as Rare Beauty did it, like, it's the same. The marketing, social media marketing was insane. Like, I remember whenever a new product was about to launch at Fenty Beauty, Rihanna herself would do YouTube videos about it. Like, Rihanna went ahead and became an influencer. She became a YouTuber. Like, what are you talking about? She became a YouTuber and she was doing tutorials.
Well, hello. Today we're going to be doing a chill out look. Really icy and celebratory and ready for the holidays using our new holiday collection. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to try to make it as easy and simple as possible for all of you. It looks like our packaging, but we made it with all of these different colors. So as you can see, I've already dug into a couple of them because they're so good, you just want to touch them.
She was doing tutorials on YouTube, on Instagram, you name it. And I used to I loved her tutorials because she's so fun, she's so bubbly. You can tell she doesn't take herself too seriously, even though she's that girl. But she doesn't like take herself too seriously. And we felt like she was one of us. We felt like she was, you know, the proximity was just there, you know. And she was so relatable. So she would try her products live and we would see them. And that's why I got my foundation, Fenty lip gloss and all that. And let's not forget that Rihanna actually wears her own clothes. She be wearing that Savage X Fenty collection. She be wearing it. It's not like Beyonce, who never wears that Ivy Park, the Ivy Park clothes. Rihanna actually be wearing the clothes. And it's clothes that we can definitely wear. Like, I could see myself going to a restaurant dressed in pajamas, in a kimono. I love myself a silky kimono. I love it. And the clothes are not that crazy. They are fashionable and everything. And Rihanna actually shows you how you can go out wearing the clothes because she goes out wearing the clothes. Do I need to keep talking, or do you guys get the gist? Do you get the gist or not? And you can see it in her campaign, in all of her campaigns, that she makes sure she is inclusive. Rihanna actually shut down Victoria's Secrets. She shut them down because she brought pregnant women on stage. She brought pregnant women on stage. Pregnant women were catwalking. Whether you're fat, skinny, short, tall, or not, you were on stage. You were doing a catwalk. Your Rihanna actually did that. She did that for the girls. How can you compete with that? You can see these two women actually put a lot of effort in their brands. There's a lot of heart in their brands. When I say heart, it's my accent. I'm talking about, you know, corazon. There's a lot of corazon in their brand. You can see it. You can tell that they're giving their all for the people who are actually left out. You got Selena, who's, you know, fighting for people who are dealing with rare diseases And you got Rihanna, who's fighting for inclusivity. And to me, that's the same thing. All those people need to be included in the society. They need to be included in the makeup, in the fashion industry, in the makeup industry, beauty industry, and the fashion industry. They need to be included. Both these women are practicing inclusivity, and they're actually playing on our emotions, and it is working, and we are ready to actually support them. Keep following, and I hope you're still watching this video and you didn't get out of it. And if you're still watching, you are a good one. Take a sip. You're an OG, and let me sip. I am so grateful for you if you're still watching to this point. So yeah, let's talk about quality, honey, because like I haven't talked about quality yet, but these clothes actually have, you know, whether it's Ivy Park or Fenty, the quality is decent. The problem is not the quality of the clothes. The clothes do look good and the quality is decent. And when it comes to rare beauty products, you know, or Fenty beauty products, people love them. Just see the reviews online, on TikTok, on social media and all that. People are crazy. People are going crazy over these products. People are loving these. So the quality is there. The quality is there and the price is pretty decent. But I feel like Beyonce's clothes are just so expensive. Like, even while I was doing research for this video, like I had an advertisement on YouTube that was just giving me Ivy Park clothes, and it was just crazy. Like, I was like, why though? Like, why? This much for what? Why is it so expensive? So obviously Beyonce did not talk publicly to talk about, you know, the failure of her brand. So yeah, she did not talk publicly, but she recently started posting pictures with Balmain, Balmain. How do you say it in English? Balmain. Y'all say Balmain. Anyways, with Balmain, and she actually has a Renaissance collection. But then again, who's gonna wear it? Who's gonna wear it? First of all, ain't nobody buying that Renaissance collection. I mean, even her fans, even like you, just let me know if you would buy this collection. Like, just take a look at the collection and let me know if you would. To me, it's just too extravagant. Like, you would put it in a museum or something, but it's not like clothes that you would wear out. I don't think it's gonna be sold to the general public. So yeah, that's that on that. She's still into fashion, but yeah, she cannot sell clothes. She cannot sell clothes to save her life. Do something else. I mean, she could break records. She could sell records. She can sell, you know, tour tickets, concert tickets and all that. But clothes is just not for her. And even though, like, she did a collaboration with Tiffany and Co., which I felt like that was more appropriate for somebody of her stature, somebody like Beyonce, that was like the Tiffany and Co. collection actually was, you know, classy, luxury. It was giving everything it was supposed to give. I mean, not everybody has the money to buy Tiffany and Co. Because Tiffany and Co. is kind of like maybe too classy, too old money, if that makes sense. Way too classy for some people. And for them to have worked with Beyonce, maybe it was, you know, to make it a little bit more, not mainstream, but kinda like to tell people that you can be royalty too. Thank you so much for watching today's video. My name is Solange. Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop comments. Let's have a discussion, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.